Hey everybody, Rob from Karma, and Chameleon coming at you with another entitled parent story. Entitled mother and daughter gets blacklisted. Let's jump right in. I work for a bath and body company, not Bath and Body Works, and I obviously won't be naming this company, but they are on the high-end range. With it being an expensive brand, you can guess that it's not uncommon that we come across entitled people in general. For this story, it's a mother-daughter duo. This happened on Friday the 10th of this month, May, so it was the last business day before Mother's Day. The mother will be entitled mother, and the daughter entitled daughter, but that's self-explanatory. This call took place around 2 a.m. We are a 24-hour call center, so the only day we are closed is Christmas Day. Anyway, let me actually get to what happened now. It's a great day at blank. My name is Arcalici. How may I assist you today? It's about damn time someone there answered the phone. What have you been doing? Clearly not your job. I instantly mute myself, sigh, and roll my eyes, as I can already tell how this phone call is going to go. Also, after midnight, we don't get many calls, and only myself and another person were working, as per our usual. Neither of our phones had rang since just after midnight, so I knew she was bullshitting. I'm so sorry about your wait, ma'am. How may I assist you this evening? I want to know when my mother's order is going to be delivered. I paid extra for overnight shipping, and I haven't received a shipping email yet. Of course, may I have your order number? She rattles off the number. I place her on hold, as our system was running a bit slow, and I honestly didn't want to listen to her complain about the wait. Anyway, I see the order is sitting unprinted in our system, and sigh again. I check the time the order was placed, and it was around 4:30 p.m. that afternoon, which was past our cutoff time of 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for overnight and second day shipping. I double check everything, including the price of the order, which was $65, as our current promo granted free second day or $5 overnight, as well as a free full-size item that had been pre-selected. I take a moment to brace myself before coming back on the line. I see here the order was placed around 4:30 this afternoon, is that correct? Yes, but that doesn't matter. Don't ask me stupid questions. I'm sorry, ma'am. I was just double checking the information, as unfortunately our cutoff times for expedited shipping is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This order has not been shipped and will not ship out until Monday morning. So as she cuts me off and started screaming about how I needed to ship it that instant, and it is to be delivered by 8 a.m. Saturday morning, or she would have me fired. I'm so sorry, ma'am, but there is no way for us to be able to do so, but I can have your shipping fee refunded, and I can send out 2 more of the free full-size items as an appeasement for this mishap. I want a manager! Now, I'm not technically the manager, but as I work the night shift, we do not have a manager on duty during our shifts. This being said, both of my managers will task the person with the most experience as the manager when they are not here. With it only being me and my coworker, I was that person, having worked here for just about 5 years now, and my coworker had only started back in November of 2018. I am the manager, ma'am. However, if you would like to speak with another manager, I can take your contact information and have one of them call you in the morning. She scoffs and starts cussing me out, and I mean this lady was seriously calling me every name in the book. Our company, while they love to cater to whatever our customers want, allows us to hang up on customers who are acting like this woman was. Ma'am, if you continue to curse at me, I will disconnect this call. You will be doing no such thing, you little... How dare you think you can hang up on a paying customer who has been with your company since the beginning? I will have you thrown in jail for assaulting me. I rolled my eyes again because she was trying to threaten me with something that would never work in hopes that I would listen. I'm sorry, ma'am, but I am disconnecting this call and forwarding the stamps to our other managers as our calls are recorded. You have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I hung up. I knew this wasn't the end of it, and I told my coworker what had happened and noted our system, as per our policy, about the issue, and told my coworker she could go on her break so that I would be the one to get the call if she did call back. Mandatory phone greeting here. How may I assist you? Some rude rep just hung up on my daughter, and now she's crying. What are you going to do about this? I am so sorry about that, ma'am. May I have the name or order number for your daughter so I can see who she last spoke with? I already knew it was me. but I played along and looked up the number just for giggles. Yes, ma'am, I see here that I was the one who spoke with your daughter. However, she was cursing and screaming at me, and per our policy, we are allowed to hang up after informing the customer we are going to do so, which I did. How dare you, you little f***ing bitch. Here we go again. I think to myself and mute my end of the phone call and just let her rant and rage at me for a good 20 minutes. I'm not even joking. I wish I were. I don't even think she took one solid breath the whole time. So what are you gonna do to fix this? As I told your daughter before, I can refund the shipping cost and send 2 extra free full-size items as a one-time appeasement. However, the order will not be arriving until Tuesday, as it won't be shipped until Monday. That's not good enough. I want our whole order refunded and demand it be here tomorrow morning. I understand your frustration. However, that is simply impossible to do, as our last UPS pickup was at 5 p.m. earlier this evening, and they won't be picking up from us again until Monday morning. If you would like, I can have the order cancelled, but still send the free full-size promos as promised, so you may purchase the paid items at your local store tomorrow when they open. We aren't allowed to refund a full purchase, and still send the items out without manager approval, and while I'm acting manager, I didn't feel comfortable with refunding it without someone else's go-ahead. I want your manager. She huffs, and I give her the same rundown I gave her daughter, but I gave both my managers hours for the next day, so she knew exactly when to call. She screams like a damn banshee and tells me how I'm going to be fired and won't ever be allowed to work in customer service ever again, and she hangs up. I sigh in relief of finally being off the phone with them and note my system once more before sending a lengthy email to both managers telling them the whole situation as well as the times of both calls, as I know they will want to listen to them. Even though I didn't want to, I went ahead and sent out 3 of the full-size promos, and in the email stated I would refund the shipping once the order had been posted, as I couldn't do it until then. They don't call back again during my shift, and I just forget about the whole thing and go about my day at home. I come back in for my shift that next night, and only one of my managers is in, which is usual, as our second manager works an earlier shift, so she's always off by the time I come in. Anyway, we will just call her Manager for simplicity. Manager calls me into the office, and I immediately know what for, and ask her if it was about entitled daughter and entitled mother, and she tells me yes. She's smiling, so I know that I'm not in any kind of trouble. She tells me that they had called in, yes, both of them on the same line, so they had it on speaker, so they could both talk and listen. She tells me how they completely lied about the incident, and said that they had called in just to get a refund on the shipping, but I had started yelling and cursing at them. Yes, you heard that right. I guess entitled daughter forgot I told her the calls were recorded, and when confronted with that and manager telling them that she had listened to both calls and that I hadn't done what they said I did, entitled mother yells and says she knows our owner, founder of the company, and will have both of us fired. At this point, she just plays the recording of her call with them, and it goes like this. Wow, you knew blank, that's amazing. Her voice was sickly sweet, and I couldn't help but laugh. Yes, I do, and I'm calling him right now from my daughter's phone. Sure enough, she calls someone, definitely not the owner of the company, and has this woman claim to be the owner, and tell us that we are both fired and to pack our things immediately. Manager actually laughed at this, like on the phone laughed at this woman. I'm sorry, ma'am, but you are most definitely not the owner of this company. Our owner and founder is a male, and he unfortunately died a few years ago now. If you had done a quick Google search, you would know this. She pauses for a moment, as both entitled mother and entitled daughter are sputtering trying to find a way to backpedal out of the mess they made. If you'll hold for just one moment, I'll be forwarding you to our corporate office so they can deal with the situation however they choose. So she does, and before she transfers them over, she tells the corporate worker the whole situation, and she also laughs at this, tells manager to send them over, but to stay on the line so she can assist, just in case, as our corporate office doesn't have access to our systems, so she couldn't see anything related to the order in question. Entitled mother and entitled daughter once again try and lie, not knowing that manager was still on the call. But corporate worker quickly shuts them down and informs them that they will be canceling their order as well as the shipment of free items I had sent to them. They will be blacklisting both of their online accounts, so they won't be able to purchase from our online site anymore. They once again tried to pull the "I know the owner and I'll have you fired" card, but Corporate Worker quickly shut that down, as well as informing them again that he had been dead for a few years at this point, but if they were able to contact him from beyond the grave, that they should tell him Corporate Worker said hello, and we all miss you, as Corporate Worker actually knew the owner from his multiple meetings and various other events they held in the past. They hung up pretty quickly after that, and Corporate Worker and Manager had a good laugh about it, while Manager canceled the orders and gave Corporate Worker the information she needed on her end. It felt really good to hear all of this, because as I've stated before, my company is very quick to just give someone whatever they want the second they become irate. I'm glad someone finally put their foot down to at the least these two complete assholes, even if I wasn't the one to be able to do it. I'm so sick and tired of these people who treat someone in customer service or anyone in general like complete trash because they can't change a policy or do anything at all because it's impossible to do it. I would have been more than happy to help them, even after they yelled, had I actually had something to help them with. I did 8 years of call center work, and I have so many stories of people that were very similar to this one, but they all kind of meld together in my head. The ones that really stick out to me are the people that were really nice and had really nice things to say. Those were really few and far between, whereas the entitled people were more like a regular daily occurrence. Once again, this is Rob from Karma, Chameleon. My mom always told me, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. So if you don't subscribe,